I bet you didn't know that Hulk Hogan's real name was actually Terry Bollea. Yep. That's right, Terry Bollea. That's his actual real legal name. Today, I'm going to tell you 10 facts about Hulk Hogan that you probably never even heard of. May his soul rest in peace. Because that's what we like to do here on Matrix Money. We cover everything money, mindset, and motivation. In the late 2000s, Hulk Hogan actually went through a really bitter divorce with his first wife, Linda. Reports has it that he gave Linda about 70% of all their liquid assets and about 40% of all their business assets, plus a $3 million house settlement. And that's when he lost the majority of his fortune with that split. In 2016, Hogan actually sued a media company by the name of Gawker, and he won a $115 million settlement in that case. It had to do with some private sex tapes that was released between him and his best friend's wife. A Florida jury actually awarded him $115 million as settlement. But later on, I think he accepted like a little over $30 million for it. It was a really huge verdict, and it actually bankrupted the media company Gawker. And this is how he was able to reboot his finances. But at one point, Hogan was actually almost penniless. So had it not been for that verdict and that $30 million, he probably would have been in a really bad situation today. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Known as Hulk Hogan sued the gossip site Gawker for posting his sex tape online. It put internet privacy in a battle against freedom of the press. Well, Terry just came out on top in a big way, and he joins us for his first live interview since his $140 million courtroom victory. So everyone, please welcome Terry Bollea and his attorney, David Houston. Terry, David, thanks for joining the Hot Topics table today, guys. I just want to set the story up for those at home. What just happened? The courts just gave you $140 million in damages from Gawker Media because they say they violated your privacy by publishing a sex tape with Heather Clem, who is the former wife of your former best friend, radio personality Bubba the Love Sponge Clem.
Let me clear up a few things regarding the case so that people know what we're doing here. These are questions you answer whatever you want to say. Did you have a sexual encounter with your former best friend's wife on more than one occasion?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Were you aware that the sexual encounter was being recorded?
No.
You were not. Who recorded the sexual encounter? Because Bubba claims, Bubba Clem, rather, is that his name? Bubba Clem. He said that this tape would be the retirement for him and his wife, Heather.
Well, now that I've seen his deposition, read his deposition, he told the truth that I did not know that he set the camera, but he is the one that recorded it.
So he recorded it, okay. Who released the video to Gawker, and at any point did you ask that it be taken down?
You know, the release of the video is kind of a long, complicated story. We know it went from a DJ in Tampa to a fellow by the name of Tony Burton here in New York, who then arranged to get it to A.J. Delario at Gawker.
So Terry, why did you do this? Why did you agree to engage in a sexual encounter with your former best friend's wife? And do you have any regrets about it?
So you see, it was true. He actually turned his brand into a lot of bars and restaurants. He opened a bar called Hogan's Beach Shop in Clearwater Beach in Florida. So basically, he leveraged his fame into a lot of little small businesses. He had a bunch of flop projects and flop products that he launched. There was this time that he even endorsed a Hulkster burger, which eventually flopped. And don't forget the Hogan Thunder Mixer. There was also the Hogan Energy Drink, and even a Hulk Hogan Ultimate Grill that you can barbecue on. But none of these things worked out. At one point, he was almost literally broke, but he bounced back in 2016 when he won that settlement from Gawker. Now, this is a fun one I'm sure you didn't know, but he was actually a bass guitar player in Florida before he became a wrestler. The band was actually called Ruckus, and that is what actually helped him to get into his career as a wrestler. Two people saw him on the stage and realized that he was really well built, and they offered him the job as becoming a wrestler. Oh, and did I mention that he actually dropped out of college to try to become a rock star? In 1995, Hogan actually even tried music with a little bit of a comic twist in it. He actually recorded a kid's song by the name of Hulk Rules with his daughter. Another fact, he once choked a comedian and the comedian ended up suing him for $5 million. It was the time in 1985 when a comedian by the name of Richard Belzer asked him to perform a wrestling move on stage with him. And Hogan actually gave Belzer one of the guillotine twists that he was famous for on stage and actually almost choked him to death. So Belzer ended up suing Hogan for $5 million, but in the end, I think they settled out of court. In 2024, he actually co-founded a beer company. The brand was called Real American Beer. In 2024, it actually launched in a couple of of states here in the US, and it was like mostly geared towards like wrestling fans and stuff like that. But his real big win was in 2005 when WWE actually inducted him into the Hall of Fame. But what a lot of people don't know is he was actually inducted into WWE for Hall of Fame twice. Very few people could boast that they accomplished something like that. And these were some facts about Hulk Hogan that I'm sure you didn't know. So stay tuned. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, because we have so much more to talk about and I want to stay connected with you. I'll see you in the next video.